Hello, friends, enemies, and those undecided. Will here with another monthly update on Age of the Deep. I missed the February progress video because I just ran out of time with the day job working me like crazy. Also, didn't work for about half of March because I was also dealing with that. So this video is going to cover both of those months pretty much. You excited? I know I am. Let's get into this. So for the month of February, I worked on abilities. Which already had, the parent class for that in there. But I had to expand the ability for both the mage and for the warrior. Get through this placeholder artwork. And I got this here, which tells you what these do. And all of these descriptions actually work as they're described. So I have the 7 Fire Blast, the ultimate will do that. And the way this works that I set it up is it's the same system as what I used for the skill trees, but I just added a whole bunch more logic to this to where if it's a skill point or if it's an ability, there's more variables that are allowed. So I can modify skill level, I can modify the primary damage, the secondary damage, I can modify the duration, the cooldown, attack power, whatever I want to have on there, I can modify that. Let's see if this one will let me hover over this little. Okay, this one here I recently added a new one that I don't have on the tooltip yet, but I added status effect debuffs to be able to be used by the abilities. So when I did all of this work for these, and I had to go back here and rework this to get the variables to show up over here, I went ahead and made a skill. I don't think I have it on. Well, I mean, yeah, you can see cooldown of Galatea's Tempest over here is reduced. But I made a skill on the warrior where it's if the ability is used and it hits an enemy, then your overall attack power is increased by 5% or something like that. So I ended up getting into the skill tree a little more to make conditional passives. And I can expand that out to, if enemies are within a certain amount of range, I get bonuses, or I take less damage, yada, yada, yada. So I have all those options are available to me now just based off of reworking this to get the abilities to work. I got all that to work. And then I also went into gameplay tags, so that lets me add gameplay tags to the ability class, which lets me whole nother branch of things that are different. It's pretty crazy what I can do now just with all this. And you'll notice here I have my new icons back here in the inventory screen. So I got new icons to replace the placeholders in here. And what I was trying to do is to give people a visual indicator of, okay, this stat is obviously health with the heart, so okay, this skill obviously increases health because you can see that at a glance. It has that same icon. And then these here will be the ability ones. So this will use the same icons as the ability, and if it increases your power or whatever, then it will have the attack, damage icon and all that. And the same will be true for over here on the items. So I have the damage icon there, it gives you 6% damage. And all of that works just great. I think we nailed that part pretty good. You know, hopefully everybody understands what I'm trying to do with that, where you just see it and you'll know where you're going. So let's fire off. Okay, that's the AoE one. I don't have VFX yet for that because I got to add that and figure that out. But here's my bolt, fire off some of those, and then we'll go here and fire this off, and then that's where he has the cold debuff applied now for the duration of that skill, where his movement speed is reduced, and then at the end of the cooldown for that debuff, his movement speed automatically gets put back to where it was before. So I used a for loop to count the number of stacks, because if I am crazy enough, I can stack it up pretty far against the timer to slow him down quite a bit, and then he'll snap back up and chase me again. So that's pretty cool. Then for March, I just kept working on this. Let's see if I can go back into. Let me go back to the Mage, the Warrior. I should have quit. But I didn't quit because I don't have my controller plugged in right now, so I'm mouse and keyboarding this nonsense. Okay, so see, for him I have a whole new set of abilities. He has his own, so it's pretty crazy for a solo dev to make 6 unique abilities across 2 character classes and get all that working. And you can see how I have more set up here for him, and I gotta add more. But, you know, all this works for basic stats, basic abilities, passive abilities. And then his do that, and then if they're not interrupted, they will return, because I have his skill maxed out, so I had to be able to make that. Let's see. Yeah, see, they come back to the origin point. Then I got an AoE, and then his ultimate does something else. And then that's pretty much all I did for March was just working on that and getting the abilities working for both character classes. And I just drew a lot, like a whole lot. I normally don't spend a lot of my time drawing because I just work so much. I used to draw not professionally, but as a hobbyist, I just love to draw, and I competed before in some drawing contests. But I don't think I've sat down and actually drawn anything for a good 15 years, maybe 10 years. And then the last couple weeks, I've drawn 4 different characters already in different swimsuits, just because I'm becoming a creative, crazy person. It's a lot of fun, though. Blue Sky flagged me for adult content with one of the bikinis I drew, so that wasn't so much fun. But the cooldowns are too long. I don't have my tester cooldowns on. Run! So that's it for now. For these last 2 months, click subscribe if you like my indie game and want to see me make it, and feel free to ask questions down below or wherever you can find me. I'm on Blue Sky, Twitter, Reddit, Discord, whatever. If you guys want to talk, come join me. I also show off other indie games when I find them and try to support the community. And rising tides floats all boats. Wishlist some indie games, mine or someone else's. Either way makes me happy. Thanks for stopping by. Talk to you all later.